So this is part 2 of the tutorial on how to do periodic error correction. In this very short tutorial, we're going to talk about how to set up the mount ideally for ease of use with PemPro and periodic error correction, both data collection and playback. So the basic setup is exactly like you would be doing imaging. You want a reasonable night of good seeing. It doesn't have to be great seeing, but good seeing is important. You don't want a cloudy night. You don't want an overcast night. Full moon is oftentimes a great time to do this because you're not wasting valuable imaging time. And you want to plan probably for about maybe 2-3 hours total to do this. You only need to do periodic error correction maybe about once every 6 to 12 months, depending on the age of your mount. But it really is a great way to get better performance out of your mount. So I have started up my mount. I've cold started it. This is a Lost Mandy G11. I've gone ahead and made sure it was in focus, which is important. It's tracking its sidereal rate, and although we'll get to this later, I'm actually going to be using the primary imaging scope, which is the best scope to use for doing periodic error correction. The thing that I want to show you here is that I'm actually going to set this up to use home position as my start position. And the start position you want for periodic error correction is somewhere between the intersection of the meridian, which essentially is this line that goes directly from north to south, and the celestial equator, which kind of roughly equates to our Earth equator. So in this case, I'm at 34 degrees latitude, a little bit north, and so it's actually going to be south of me. So I'm going to go ahead and slew the mount to roughly that intersection. Doesn't have to be exact, but what I want to do is get it to a point where I can set this as my starting position for the data collection and also for the verification. So, sorry, I don't want to disappear here. So it is about right about there. And what I want to show you is I can go ahead and choose menu and then the park submenu, and then actually do set home position. And what this allows me to do is not only to quickly slew to this position, but also when I finish collecting the data, I want to reset to home position, and then when I do my verification, we can have an easy way to go back and do this. PemPro has a really nice feature that allows me to validate what this scope position is. So I'm going to go ahead and double check that later this evening when it gets a little darker and we'd actually do the data collection.